You know how a freezer door feels when it opens up? There's rooms down there that feel like that to me when I open a door or a window or something. I feel a blast of cold air.
Do you think that we'll get that when we go in there? We'll feel those blasts of cold air?
It's possible. It's very possible. There's parts of that building that, well, I've done many of these, just like ghost hunters and ghost adventures, and I've narrated. There's parts of that building that date back to 1840. Had a lot of history prior to the Civil War. There was a lot of cowboys. It was a slaughterhouse. Bobby Mackey himself, he's leery at times of me being there. Definitely his first wife. He knows how close me and her were. She was attacked first, basically. And I backed her up. And Bobby would think, come on, Carl, you're scared. Well, she knew what was going on. She knew as much as I did. This was something had to be done. I volunteered for an exorcism. Volunteer. That was no easy chore. There had been several, I'm going to say entities, spirits. They were using my body for their enjoyment. I was their host. Because the waitresses, bartenders, I can't count the times in remorse I had to go in and apologize. I didn't remember. And I never drank like that. But there was points I would snap. I would do things and say things that I had no recollection of. There's even help out there right now, some of the current, but the only known living survivor from the Latin Quarter era, you're talking to him. Everybody else is dead.
He's the only sole survivor from the Latin Quarter era.
It was called the Latin Quarter.
What's the Latin Quarter era? What's that?
That's what it used to be. It was the Latin Quarter, then it was the Hard Rock Cafe, not the one of today, and then Bobby bought the building in 1978.
And then he called it Bobby Mackey's.
And Carl was in the basement, and when Carl discovered that well, all hell broke loose. When he opened up that well, I think it's like it opened up a portal.
Yeah.
So for them to travel through, and just like you said,
when the shit started happening.
Yeah.
All the car wrecks. I can go back in time, not only the stabbings and shootings that occurred in the bar area, but numerous. Everything from people getting hit by trains, people getting caught. There was 3 kids, a telephone pole one night.
you drive that car.
Here you go. There was a telephone pole, and nobody can explain this, but the alarm was set. There was a lady in a white dress, opened the door to the club, and handed some tablecloths out to cover up the bodies that night. And Bobby Mackey himself said that's impossible. There's an alarm on the building. If anybody would open the door,
The alarm would go off. That's part of what I'm going to show you when I burn that disc for you. That's on there.
oh, I've gotten used to taking a lot of criticism. That place is haunted. This shit goes on out there cannot be explained. I was born and raised right next to it. My great-grandparents, they bought that house, the farmhouse I was born and raised. I was born in a house, but they bought that house off the judge that owned Scott Alonzo. When he sentenced him to hang, and those are the two that decapitated Pearl O'Brien. They were dental students, and the story went, they thought they had knowledge enough that they could perform an abortion. There was an unwanted pregnancy. They watched it, she died. And they thought by cutting her head off, they destroyed the evidence. But they got caught. She wore custom-made boots. And the tailor identified her boots and matching the torso. So in them days, they didn't play around with you. They hung you. And the buggy driver identified them two as being the last guys
She was with.
So that was enough right there. No circumstantial one. They got hung.
They hung them down here behind the Newport Courthouse.
They still got down here in Bellevue. A lot of people don't know about this. I know about it. The city's told me about it. They've got the original jail cell that Scott Malazzo was held in. They would not put them in population.
Oh,
they knew what the other prisoners would do to them.
Oh, yeah.
For what they had done.
Definitely.
So they kept them secret. They had a separate jail cell, custom made for them. And this very day it says Scott Alonzo Jackson, 1897.
How bad?
Wow. And when they were...
Good, I want all of them.
They sold, believe it or not, back in them days it was quite a bit. They sold,
Yeah.
that's a big thing, a double hanging.
Now, is this true? When they had them on the gallows, they give you a minute choice to tell us what the head is, or spare your lives, and they refused.
They actually made the statement, we revered to displease Satan, we'd never die now.
Yeah.
They actually said that, revered to displease Satan, we'd never die now. They were known to have satanic
Cult activity going on in the basement because the Licking River flows north. And I think it's behind the building. I got to find this well. Yeah, I know the well's in the basement, but there's a back entrance over the hill behind the building. You walk the tracks, you go down a little further to the woods, there's an opening down there. You go all the way back in that tunnel. There's a steel tunnel, then there's a concrete tunnel. And right up there is that well. It's about 14 feet up?
Yep.
So we got to go back there with cameras.
When you say he was going in April?
Now when I, one thing that's missed to me, I think is a missing part of it. I actually found that skull in the well. They sent it off to the Louisville Crime Lab, and they carbon dated it. And it dated around like 1863 or something like that, or even a little bit older. But they tried to put it off. It had to have been Indian burial, where say like wolves or wild animals drug the rest of the body off. But the skull was there.
And how odd for where he found that inside the well where Pearl's head was thrown. And that is...
I think I'm smoking our cigarette on that dude.
When you walk in that building, the atmosphere just changes. You can't explain it.
I've only been there one time, and
Let me give you see what I can use them. And since you smoke Marlboro.
Oh, well, thank you, Carl. I can't get no damn coupons to save my life. I'm going to have to get on the internet and get me some.
But it was... I haven't even showed him half the research I've done. The PDF websites I've saved. I found the original newspaper clippings. I've saved those. Because when you go... I mean, we go all over doing this, but most people want to go to get spooked. Oh, I don't want to hear the history. I just want to see a ghost. You know, you better learn that history before you go into a building.
Yeah, you can't just go in somewhere and not know what's going on.
Exactly.
People don't understand. They're just not going to come jump out at you.
Yeah.
These things have to be. There's scientific methods now.
Yep.
Anybody will tell you when I walk in. Even Bob Mackey's commented about this. He'll walk out of the building. When I walk in, there's waitresses, the ones that work there now. They say the mood changes.
Oh, it does.
The whole density, when I walk in, I change the atmosphere. It's like they know me.
Yeah.
There's a couple of them that, like I said, when I did the tours, which I still do on occasion, There's a couple of them I talked to. I've had things actually happen. Now, there's an old walk-in box. Hadn't been used in years. There's no electric to it. And there's a light bulb. That light will come on when I'm talking to Inez. People will smell like chocolate chip cookies. And they'll say, what is that? How did you do that? I said, I don't. That was my friend Inez. She used to be my babysitter when I was a little boy. She worked there. She was a maid.
Yeah.
And she knows who I am. I'll tell you what, Glenn Cole last year did the Exorcist.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad he was forcibly strong enough to restrain me. I literally ripped his head off. I mean, I literally attacked him. I assaulted him. I mean, Bobby Mackey got up and left the room.
He's still alive, ain't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Carl even took his glasses off his face, used his own hand, took his glasses off and threw them. And all that. There was a wheelbarrow there, and Carl was down on the ground. He's trying to push the wheelbarrow out of the way. And he has no memory.
He's on my way. You bring him on. You bring him on. He's coming, and he's coming but down strong. And I'm going to tell you what. There ain't a goddamn fucker going to ever come in this place again and try to run any of us off. Oh, yes. Because there's thousands of us here. I don't care. I'm telling you. We were been here for almost 6,000 years. I'm telling you that you got to leave tonight. I don't have to go nowhere. Yes, you do. This body is mine. No, it's not. This body is mine. No, it's not. The fuck it ain't. It's not. Go on, man, God. This belongs to Carl. And it's time that you left him alone. Fuck Carl. Wears fucking glasses. He don't know what the fuck he's talking about half the time. Gives everything away. Fucker wouldn't even squash a bug. We don't need him, but we need his body. No, you don't. The hell we don't. No, you don't. Now I'm telling you it's time for you to leave and Carl's coming back. You hear me? You understand me? You understand me? No, I don't. Well, yes you do. No, I don't. Yes you do. No, I don't. Yes you do. I do not. Yes you do. You understand me? You're leaving. Carl's coming back.